Hello, I'm Benjamin Beaver, and today I'm drinking coffee with Stormy and Hannah with Legacy Lending to tell you about a really cool program. So if you're wanting to buy a house in Texas and you want down payment assistance, this is a grant that you need to know about. The cool thing about this grant is that there is no occupational requirement. It doesn't matter what you do, and it has higher income limits than a lot of other grants. So it's a Seth program. What does that stand for?
Seth stands for the Southeast Texas Housing Finance Corporation.
Okay. So it's not all of Texas, but Tom Green County?
Yes, definitely applies to this.
Cool. Well, what are some of the specifics on the kind of loans and?
We can do the government loans, which are your FHA, VA, or USDA, but we can also go conventional. It does apply to your primary residence only, so no investment properties or anything like that.
Makes sense.
There also is no first-time home buyer requirement.
Okay, neat.
Yeah, so this does not have to be the first home you buy.
Yeah, for someone selling their house and buying another, this is still an option.
Absolutely.
Okay.
The terms are a 30-year fixed rate, so no variances there.
Okay.
There are some credit requirements. Minimum credit scores have to be met.
Right, naturally, of course.
But like you said, the really neat thing about this program is the higher income limit. So there's a much broader spectrum that can fall under this as opposed to the other grant programs where it's kind of limited.
Yeah, so Stormy, what kind of down payment assistance can people actually expect? I mean, what are some of the options? And does it matter what kind of loan you get to what kind of assistance is available?
It does. Actually, your FHA loans are the only loans that you can get the 5 to 6% down payment assistance. And then your other government loans, your VA and your USDA, you can do the 3 to 4% down payment assistance.
Okay, so, FHA loans, 3.5% down. So in some cases, you can get up to 2.5% towards your closing costs after your down payment is covered. And conventional loans, can start as low as 3% up to as much as you want to put down. So with 4%, then it could, in some cases, cover the whole down payment with 1% to a closing costs, or at least a lot or most of the down payment.
Right, and then whatever's left over goes towards your closing costs.
Yeah, well, that's really neat. Another thing to mention on this is interest rates for these. For a grant, it's always set by the state, but the interest rate is lower in comparison to some other grant programs.
And it also varies depending on which down payment assistance program you go with.
Okay, right. Well, it's definitely worth looking into if you're considering buying a home in Texas, specifically in Tom Green County. Then you need to look into this grant program because, like I said, it doesn't matter what you do. There is no occupational requirements, and the income limits are higher, so it applies to a lot more home buyers than other grant programs out there. Any questions you have, our contact information is at the end of this video. Thank you, Stormy and Hannah, for coming on the show today. Yeah.